Hallelujah, Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. In the name of the Son of Yahweh, Yahweh, Betnum Sofit, Yahweh. Selah. Welcome to Black Gods of Yahweh Media. Today we're going to talk about hiding as a servant of Yahweh. The first thing we're going to do is go to Revelation 7 and 3. Revelation 7 and 3. Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God Yahweh in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So we're all familiar with that. The servants of Yahweh are the teachers and the preachers today. The servants of Yahweh's primary responsibility as his chosen people was to teach the nations. So let's say we get into the kingdom and Yahweh ben Yahweh says, hey, I need you to go over here and teach this pocket of civilization, these Gentiles. And you've been hiding behind PowerPoints, images and videos for 9, 10 years or 4 years, however much longer. So how can you be a servant from my point of view? How can you be a 144 and you're not comfortable speaking in front of the camera if you've never showed your face? The only way to get comfortable speaking in front of a group is on social media to speak in front of the camera. I know you've seen those people who going through college or high school and they have to do a report. And then what they're doing is they're speaking to themselves in front of the mirror. That gets them comfortable with this. Now, if it's a situation where you have the nations and the powers that be, and you're worried about them labeling us as terrorists or saying that we're black identity extremists, when you're in the knowledge of Yahweh and you speak in his gospel, there's automatic protection with that. I think Adventures of the Israelites, she has a video where the police are tasing this man and he starts yelling the name Yahweh. He just busts up like the Incredible Hulk and comes out and takes off. That's the power and the protection of speaking the gospel and professing the name of Yahweh. That's not the same as out there promoting and speaking with other Gentiles that's not speaking and not professing the name of Yahweh. But you're speaking the gospel and you're preaching, you're teaching, or you're doing videos, you're making yourself as a servant of Yahweh right now. You don't have to be afraid because there's protection in that. So for example, myself, I can brush up on being more learned in the scripture because I've only been in this knowledge for 4 years. I know where to find it in the Bible, but as it pertains to just spitting out scripture out of my mouth verbatim, that's something I can learn more. So that's not a talent-based thing. That's an improvement-based thing. So if you call yourself a servant of Yahweh, at a certain point, you're going to have to learn how to speak in front of the camera. You're going to have to learn how to express yourself verbally. That gets you comfortable with speaking in front of groups, because that's our primary mission, is to teach the gospel all around the world to other nations. And it's going to be some of that in the kingdom. Yahweh ben Yahweh, he has a video out talking about the selection of the 144,000. And he's looking for leaders. You have to be able to lead somebody. And if you've been hiding behind PowerPoints, images, and videos for X amount of years, then who are you going to lead? It's not a talent-based thing. It's an improvement-based thing. If I can speak on my improvements, then I can tell somebody else about their improvements. So that's something that we're going to have to do. You're going to have to come from behind those images and PowerPoints and stop hiding. And you have to get out here. You have to show your face and be upfront. If you are a servant of Yahweh, then don't you think that's important to do? How can you explain something to somebody proficiently and you're not used to doing it? Now, this isn't to say that that is all that's required. Absolutely not. Yahweh ben Yahweh said out of his own mouth, he has different jobs for different people. But the servants of Yahweh, part of their servitude is the gospel, teaching and preaching the gospel. So when I see people in the knowledge of Yahweh and they're making videos and they're doing information flow, I consider them someone who is spreading that knowledge. I consider them a teacher and a preacher. So you're going to have to get comfortable with doing that. And the best way to do is to speak through the camera on social media. That gets you comfortable of standing up at a podium and then speaking. It's a real short video. I just wanted to put that out. That was on my mind, actually, for a few days. We have to think about that. That's just some improvement. I am already starting to see what my job is right now today as a servant of Yahweh. It's to profess the name of Yahweh. It is to protect the teachings of Yahweh ben Yahweh. And it's to tell the truth that makes people uncomfortable within the knowledge of Yahweh. That seems to be what my mission is. I just want to say, all praises to the Most High God of Israel, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh ben Yahweh. Once again, have a blessed, holy seventh day. I'm out. Peace.